I feel like this is the most information we've gotten in arc for part two so far because we've
Mm-hmm.
talked about the plan to bring the Fire Devil, to bring
Yeah.
the Dark Devil, to Nayuta, a little bit more from Nayuta, her backstory, like her real, like at least how she started. If she's changed, it is what it is. We've got the dad
Yeah.
coming. We got
Yeah.
Yoshida development. You know what I mean? Like we got Yoru. Like we got a lot.
We got your barely.
We got
I
Yoru
mean,
power up though. The Yoru power
it's
up is in this arc.
fair, but it's
That's
not
pretty
enough.
big. Yeah, it's a big deal. We got big deal moves from Yura in
I
this
don't know.
arc.
She's running around with the ability to speed blitz Yoshida, and it's looking a little hairy for some of these guys out here. That's what I'm saying.
What's happening?
Yes.
Actually, speed
That's
blitz.
Yes.
us.
I was thinking about Yoru and I had a little moment.
You're seeing
All
the
right.
insanities like live.
Yeah, you see the Yoru brainworms live on camera. Well, we will talk all about, especially Nayuta's backstory today on the broadcast. Let's go through our introductions here. This is the Public Safety Special Broadcast. Uh, we are here talking about chapter 155 of Chainsaw Man. We're back again for this. We're gonna get all into the chapter. First, let's go ahead and introduce ourselves. Say your name, age, and devil contract. I am Secret Dose, age 33. Of course, my devil contract is with the War Devil. Migraine, go ahead.
I'm Migraine, age secret, and my devil contract is with whatever Kobini's devil does.
Oh, okay. Nice. Yeah, secret.
Yeah, that's nice. My name is Zuzu. I'm 17, and my devil contract is the Tomato Devil.
That's
As
fine.
usual.
That's you haven't gotten any more contracts since that's a good.
Nah,
Don't make too many double contracts. It's bad for your health.
Yeah, most of them are terrible.
Okay, yeah. Let's go. Let's get into chapter 155. Let's just dive into it. We were talking a little bit in a preamble about the lead up to this chapter. Damn, it has been crazy. This is kind of, in a way, a payoff for the whole thing. A little bit of unexpected payoff, I think, of the whole thing. A really, really nice chapter. Uh, it kicks off with, let's talk a little bit about Barem. You know, I haven't seen much discussion about Barem's character in the discussion of this chapter, but this guy,
he's such a drama queen.
he's so fucking, oh my god, what an
He's trying to
actual,
manipulate so badly. It's funny to see.
Yeah, I'm a fan of
yeah,
Barim.
oh
I think
yeah,
he's a good addition to the cast. I think he
Oh,
really
for
does.
sure.
I remember Cal said something about him when he first came out, and he was like, "This is my guy." He was like, "This is the guy," and he like saw it coming. He was like, "This is the villain." You know what I'm saying? And
Yep.
he's definitely a star.
And
yeah,
he is the star.
oh yeah.
Always.
Oh yeah, the his performance here with the she's taking over my body. God damn it, dude. God fucking damn piece of shit.
It has
Okay.
so many layers to it of both irony and just what we've seen from part one.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Like,
She's
Maki.
controlling me.
Yeah. It's like, well, she was controlling you, bro. You probably wouldn't be able to say that, but I'm just thinking a little
It's one
you
of
know,
those moments. It's one
these
of those
people
It's
are
because
so,
it's easy to fool the crowd.
Yeah,
oh
it's one of those moments in the story where like something is going wrong for the heroes, and it's like kind of like stupid, but you can't really do anything about it. You know what I mean? You just have to watch as they suffer something
yeah.
unfair.
I mean these
That's just the whole chainsaw man. What the hell do you want?
it's true, help me. Okay, I need copium. I need an overdose of copium. Please convince me that Nayuta is alive right now. I need help, dude.
I
I'm not
can't
gonna think.
promise anything. I think maybe Kishibe.
Maybe Kishibe could come through us. that's what I'm kind of hoping.
Hey, I'm gonna bet on Nayuta in the clutch. I think she can
Dude,
only be 13 this one.
ooh,
I'm gonna bet on Nayuta.
that would be kind of cold. That would be a little goofy, but I would
She's
accept it.
gonna show up, and there's gonna be a bunch of dead bodies surrounding her. That's what I see.
I mean,
Ooh, that's
it
kind of
would make
good.
sense.
She like unlocks her power with this flashback.
Chains just start flying everywhere. Oh, come on,
Yeah,
come on,
she
come on,
becomes the
please.
control devil. What does she
Isn't it too
regain from?
cliche though?
What's that?
It's
It's
cliche.
it's a
Oh,
little
cliche.
cliche. Yeah,
I'm a
I mean,
JJK fan. We don't really care.
he's down.
I just want to see cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, Fujimoto's not above cliches. He'll work them in if he
I feel
feels
like he
like
loves
it.
them.
Um,
Oh, the
He loves
copium
like
is
showing
so
them off. Like,
strong.
look, this is a cliche thing. You know what I mean?
but yeah, it would be a little. He also does just like he does do the thing where he gives you, him and Gege both do this, where he like gives you the backstory and the build up of the character, and then they're just dead. Like
I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
think he
that
would
is
be
the
that
chapter
mean.
they die in, and you're like,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
okay, dude.
I don't really see Nayuta dying, if I'm being honest. I feel like she's an end game. There's just way too much like potential with that character. I mean, that's like the transition between Makima and the ending of Chainsaw Man. The entirety of part one sort of builds up to the giving lots of hugs part, and then we get to this part, and it's like he really does like
Yeah.
stretch it out with Nayuta. He's like, "Oh yeah, I have a little sister. This little sister's over here," and we just don't get anything until the thief chapter, and then she comes in and she's like a mini power, but like a little bit more terrifying. And then we
Yes.
build up to all of this, and I don't really see her dying. Now, if she got like a little scar from this, I wouldn't be opposed to it. If she took everybody out, I wouldn't be opposed to it. If she just, I don't really know what like. One of the weird things about Chainsaw Man right now, especially part two, is like they're technically all kids, but they kind of like live alone. You know what I mean? Like Asa doesn't really have anyone in her house.
Yeah. Uh
G
huh.
doesn't really have anyone in his house. You know, it's a little bit weird. So he's kind of got to answer some of those questions around uh, how these kids are just living in these apartments alone and don't appear to have jobs.
Yeah.
Paying
Where's
them. The government sure doesn't.
Yeah, it
yeah.
does seem the government is probably involved. Like Kishibe is definitely around the corner, sneaking peeks, checking in on Denji and Nayuda and stuff. But where is he? show,
Okay.
show me Kishibe. Bring him to the screen.
I mean,
Okay, but
as a matter of what context, Japan does have more uh sort of robust public housing investment than the United States, which is not hard to do.
really,
But yeah, it has some um they're not like free apartments, but like subsidized housing for low income families. They're kind of a pain in the ass to get access to, but they're around. I know some people who've lived in them. I
same.
don't. That's not what Denji is living in though. This is some apartment
Yeah, for sure.
that I assume Kishibe set him up with, right? That's not that kind of apartment. Asa's apartment kind of looks like one. It's kind of like small and in like a giant, like a big ass complex, which is how the public housing looks. So potentially that's what she's supposed to be living in, but yeah, I wonder if we'll ever understand what was going on with her apartment. It's gone now.
I I
Yeah, I mean,
literally just wonder what was her housing situation since she was an orphan. She got
yeah.
like to a shelter and then
Mhm.
somehow she moved into high school and a new apartment on
Yeah.
what money
Yeah, that's what I mean.
exactly?
It's like it's so weird the way that he set it up.
He
Yes,
doesn't
and
care.
I mean,
yeah,
it could be a factor of the world. You know, he might pull a big reveal that like maybe because there's so many kids who get orphaned, it's just kind of like a thing where like
It
you
would
could
make
have a
sense.
you could have a dynamic where like Asa has like a caretaker or whatever, or Denji. Like Denji most likely has a caretaker. He most likely has Kishibe somewhere who like peeks in. But even then, it's like you have a Chainsaw Man and you have the Control Devil inside of a house, and Kishibe just kind of checks in like once a week. Like, what's going on here, Kishibe?
Yeah.
I need you to kinda,
I feel like
snap
if
this
it
lock.
really were to be that way, then we would have like at least have some kind of hint to it, you know?
Yes, I agree. I
At
think,
least a little bit hinted.
yeah, I will say one thing is that if all of this goes down and Nayuta is actually dead, which I do think is on the table here, uh,
No.
it would be.
No.
I think it's very possible. It would be it would be a pretty big like black mark on Kishibe as a character. Like, not even involved in the story at all. And yet, it's there is a sense in which this is like writing on him. Like every time you see Denji and Nayuta together, you're just like, where the fuck is this guy? Like what is he doing?
Okay. Actually, I was really thinking about out of all people, I think Kishibe should be the person who comes to visit Denji.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah,
I
in
feel,
the
I feel like
hospital.
he's so late.
Yeah,
There was an
like it
entire like
reminds me
fallen
so
devil.
vividly of Kill Bill scene at the start. I don't
Interesting.
think it'll happen that way, but it's fun to imagine.
Mm.
That would be cool. I mean, you know, Fujimoto's deep in the Tarantinoisms in his shit. So I'm sure he would pull a fucking Tarantino reference at some point. You already did a fucking Ava reference this chapter. Anyway, we're all of us here at the Public Safety Special Broadcast are 100% convinced, with no doubt, that Nayuta's fine. She's gonna live. Sure. There's
Well,
no way that this payoff flashback to her character is setting us up to have our hearts broken. No shot. I refuse.
I was
Okay,
like
so
trying so hard to think just
please
about anything.
look up. She's gonna live.
She's gonna
But
live, yeah.
whether she lives or not, we got her flashback. We got, oh man.
There's so
Oh,
much to unpack.
oh God. Where do we even begin with this? First of all, she just knew about Makima the whole time. Let's start with that. Wow, that was
Mm,
that was crazy.
mm. That
How
was a
how did
really
you
good.
feel about
Uh, it's it kind of recontextualizes the end of part one, right? Whereas like at the end of part one, she comes in and she's like asking for like food or whatever, and Kiki's there, and they're like, "This is the new control devil." So I guess at that point she didn't know, but like then they move in together, and the part one basically ends with like Denji giving her lots of hugs, but it's kind of implied in this chapter that like by that time Nayuta knew who Makima was. So like the scene that he has where he's like where he resolves to give Nayuta a bunch of hugs or whatever, she in theory would like know that she's Makima, right? Like she would know the history by have read his mind. So that really recontextualizes
Yeah.
how like the entirety of like the end of Chainsaw Man Part One and what we thought was going on is that
that?
Makima was basically already reborn by the time that we
Oh,
get
it's
the emotion.
crazy. Oh man.
It's
Yeah.
really cool.
Which is
Ugh.
obviously terrifying.
Yeah.
But it's also not Makima. You know what I mean? So that's why I think he did it well. Is that it's like she remembers being Makima or she remembers who Makima was, but she doesn't really. She's not Makima. You know what I mean? She's kind of on her own journey to be her own evil person, quote unquote. At least in the flashback, right? Like she starts on that journey where she is now. I'm not gonna. A lot of people are like pretty sensitive about that. A lot of people are like, "Whoa, she's not evil." You know, they're like, "Whoa," but
I don't think
she is
it
sort of.
was trying to paint her as evil, but more like she's thinking like a devil should. No,
Mhm.
she's trying to fulfill some like the desire she had before. I
Okay.
think
So
it's
like,
not
yeah.
something that's inherently evil. She was just trying to make her old self happy.
She's trying to. Well, let's read this line. If I grant her wish, I might find out who I am. You know,
Yeah,
she she wants to know who she is, which is a very interesting thing. I don't know. Denji as Chainsaw Man is like struggling through his identity, but like humans having this inherent identity crisis shit going on. We all get that, right? Like, normal every normal just another normal day of suffering as
this
a human being.
is so
This is just,
normal. Yeah,
yeah,
just
this is just life. But we
this
haven't
definitely didn't
seen.
have like 20 set of chapters or
Yes,
anything.
yeah.
Just a normal thing.
Yeah, this is like well, like we haven't seen it in Devils. Devils have always been very like, I don't know, like hardened in their sense of self. They're very much just like, I'm me. I do my shit. I don't give a fuck. Da 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 da. But here we start with a devil, you know, newborn, and in that moment, it's like, who am I? Who was I in the past? How do I understand myself? So is that like a thing for all devils? Is it just a thing for these horseman devils who are more human like?
I
Uh,
actually remember Bauer saying that when then she's gonna meet her, then she's gonna be a different person. So I
right.
think it only makes sense that maybe devils do change in a way and they have to find their purpose somehow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anew.
So yes, and we're watching a devil search for connection with their past self. Very, you know, that's a weird one. That's a very interesting thing for a character to do. It's not like unprecedented or anything, but I don't think people. I mean, I certainly was not reading Nayuta that way at all. I had no uh no eyes on this aspect of her character from the beginning. There was like something going on. It's like she knows more than she seems to know about stuff, but that could be for a lot of reasons, right? But now we understand it's like, oh, she was like looking to understand Makima. She wanted to know about it. She's been poking around looking for information. Right, and in that scene where she's like, I might find out who I am, she talks about this human is empty. I'll fill him up with happiness, then destroy it. Jesus Christ, dude.
I feel like
Uh,
she's really projecting just.
that's
She
interesting.
didn't really know him,
Right.
so the feelings she thought he had that he was like an empty human was only because she hadn't gotten to know him yet.
Well, I
And
mean,
since she was
then
the
he
one who
was.
got filled with happiness, it's kind of got reverse.
True, true. She is also empty. Denji is pretty emptied out, right? Because this is him right at the end of part one.
Yeah, this is
Ah,
True, true.
yeah,
He
we're
lost
like
everything.
everything, and then I think this should be like very soon after he finished his weeks of meals. He finished his Hello Fresh
Oh,
boxes.
that must be so horrible.
I
How
think
did
I
he
think
eat the bones? Like, that's what I'm wondering about.
you gotta just grind them
Bone
up.
soup!
Yep, bone soup time. Let's go make some bread. What is it?
Gelatin too, I think.
Yeah,
You can make
sure,
gelatin out
sure.
of bones.
You can do a lot
Anything
of stuff.
goes.
Yeah. Did Makima even have bones? Did devils even have bones? Whenever they blow
Pretty
up,
sure,
there's
yeah.
it's all just intestines.
Come on.
They don't have any bones in there. Um,
Kind of
I've
lame. I wish Fujimoto drew the bones like he did in Fire Punch, but that's what you get with Shonen Jump.
sure, yeah, yeah. They don't want to go that. Well, we're in Jump Plus again now. We're back to Jump Plus, so maybe we'll
Hmm.
get some bones. Maybe we'll get some.
Hopefully.
I mean, things have been pretty like gritty, nitty gritty. Like action has not been quite as high flying as it was in part one. So maybe maybe we'll get some real hardcore stuff. I mean, the fight with Miri was pretty fucking brutal.
I
To my
think what's actually more interesting to me in part two is the parallels to Fire Punch. Like, there's a vivid reference to a page in Fire Punch. This chapter, I had a little freak out reading it. I
yeah,
was like,
the
oh
four
shit, it's gonna
the
go down.
alternating the alternating black and white, yeah, the alternating black panels was fucking. Ah, let me just
So
do
fun.
all of my manga again. I'll just put all my manga together in one thing, and that's what I'm gonna do. Cool, dude. Thanks. Just gonna bring them all back. Oh god. Uh, I did just have a realized live on camera that this apartment should be the one where he was eating Makima, the same one. Like
Oh, right.
that's what
That's
we're talking
interesting.
about. Literally the same place. Where he cooks for Nayuta. Holy shit. Okay, I'm losing my mind a little bit.
Yeah.
Ah!
How big is it, that apartment anyway?
It looks small. It looks like one bedroom. Does it even have a
Yeah, but
bedroom?
they sleep on the floor
Yeah,
too.
they just sleep on the floor in one room. One room,
God,
kitchen,
that's
bathroom.
horrible.
Oh yeah, dude. That's some real. That's some real. You know.
That's a
I mean,
real
this is a
Japanese room for cheap.
yeah. This is a cheap room in Tokyo. You know what I mean? This is not. That's what
He
that
barely
is.
has food for cafe. I mean, having money for an apartment is even worse. Like, it's harder.
Well, he
Yeah.
was out there like unrolling and re-rolling cigarettes and stuff like that. So maybe he's
Yeah.
definitely a little bit broke on the broker side, or he's saving up his money for Nayuta to go to school. But
Yeah, maybe homeless people.
yeah,
Can
Homeless
Benji ever
people.
get the bag, dude? That's the
between
real
cat and
question.
criminal, iconic chapter.
Oh,
That actually is one of the better chapters.
True.
That's the one
Iconic
where
for
Asa
many
actually.
reasons, actually. Not only that, but we get Haruka.
true. Yes, yes, Haruka.
And I think we get the continuation of the chicken sin from the dream.
Mm-hmm.
Asa's dream.
There's a lot in that fucking chapter,
There's
dude.
a lot. Yeah.
There's so much shit left to go down in this story. We are over 50 chapters in. No, we're over 50
We're
chapters in.
60 chapters in.
Yeah, we're almost 60 chapters in.
That's
What?
Yeah,
crazy.
someone was telling me the other day that Chainsaw Man was ending like within a year, and I'm like, bro, what are you talking about? Like, there's a 0% chance.
No, no, we would have to get
No, it's gonna end so soon. I mean,
even if we got
if we're gonna see it like 90 chapters every part, then I don't know.
Well,
yeah.
we still have to puke up those nuclear weapon devils. So we got quite a
Well,
bit
True.
of things we got to
no,
save.
I'm
I
just
just
hoping we get more chapters this part. Please.
I
Okay.
people say they're like, oh, it has to be so long, da 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 da. Don't forget, this is Tatsuki Fujimoto, man. If he wants to turn on the gas on the plot, it's gonna be you're gonna be whiplash, of shit going down, and you're
Wanna
like, huh,
remind us of Aki?
huh, don't, yeah, yep, exactly. You're like chilling. You're like, oh, okay, we're vibing. Aki, power, Makima, Troll Devil, insanity, insanity, insanity,
Yeah.
insanity, 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 insanity. Manga's over. And you're like, huh? What happened?
I think
No,
that's why people who reread don't completely get all the idea.
no, yeah, it's insane. It's like he talks about the way he writes as like he does like he uses 16 pages for what other people do in 8, which is true. And then like when he comes around to finishing it, he's like, all right, let's just do this.
Yeah.
Let's just go. You're like, what the hell,
So
man?
crazy.
What's going on? Chainsaw Man pacing. So don't freak out when that back half of part 2 is just a complete freak show. I mean, we're already, Yoru is already like you're saying, like at this level, right? Like she's fucking back. Let's fucking go.
There's many things I want to
Forbid
say
that we
about
have a player on the
Yoru.
field, a big player on the field who can tango with Yoru, Miss Quan Chi. I'm ready. I'm
Quanchi,
ready to see.
Quanchi versus Yoru. I want
I
to
see.
see. I want to see the Quanchi Yoru meetup mostly because I wonder, do they know each other? You know what I
Mm,
mean?
see,
Like,
see, there's a
Maybe.
vision here. We're visioning. The
Wait,
first
yeah,
doesn't
devil
the
hunter,
horseman have a bow?
the horsemen have a goal.
a bow.
Yeah, I mean the war
Oh yeah,
horse.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So like the weapons devil versus the war devil who can make any weapon versus Quan Chi who transforms into a
Right.
series of arrows that just fly at the
Yeah.
speed of light.
Well, I think the theory, the question, wondering is, these were the weapon devils like teamed up with
Homebreds?
War Devil in the past? You know what I mean? Okay, they
You
were.
know, isn't it interesting that we have an entire arc of weapon humans and we have one of
Uh-huh.
the main characters is a literal human. She can transform humans into weapons.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? We cooking something. Imagine Quan Chi runs into Yoru on the street. I guess we have to flash back for that or some shit. I don't know. But then, like,
Now that I think about it, how was Yoru using her power before Asa? I mean, she relies on guilt, but she basically feels none.
well, she was saying she couldn't make any good weapons, but like, that's why she couldn't. That's why she couldn't beat Chainsaw Man in in total. You know. Although
Mm.
I have my Omega theory that
Yeah,
like
we know.
these are all hybrids.
I've
There's
already read it.
my fucking Makima's
I know
human
your deal.
shit.
Freak.
Yeah, yeah. We're in there. We're locked. It's gonna fucking happen. Uh but
With the
anyway,
six,
we got fucking sidetracked from this chapter. We're all fucking, avoiding.
Okay, let's just start talking about it. I think
well, I feel like this chapter is the end of the arc, so it's kind of like you kind of have to talk about the entire arc itself
Yeah,
because it
that's
is up
true.
to that point,
true.
right?
You have to
Yeah.
start from the beginning.
Let's just
Yeah.
talk about what's changed, right? So we have like Denji himself. Obviously, he has finally returned to being Chainsaw Man after so long, but he's
Yep.
lost his house, he's lost his dogs, and now his sister is in. Who knows where she is? Is she alive? Is she not alive? Is she injured? Public safety catch her. Did the
Life.
villains take her? We have Barum, who's fully into the evil stuff right now. I mean, he's like, Chainsaw Man Church is gone. We don't even know where fake Chainsaw Man is, and Asa's house is gone. Yoru's running around with god power. Yoshida's cowardly, and Quanji is back. Personally, there's two people whose names come up in my mind, maybe three, but two people realistically who I need to see next arc, depending on what he does. If he does an Asa arc, that's fine. But Kishibe, number one, and Rez, it's time. It's
Red.
Yeah.
time. It's
Okay.
time. Bring him in. We have all the
I
weapon
think
humans. We have
I
all the
think it
setup
comes. I think it comes
thing.
a bit later. I think that's very end game stuff.
Mm,
Yeah, I think so too.
See, if you see Reze pop up, you know that we are in it. Like it's happening. Let's like strap the fuck in because here we go.
I feel like this time though she might pop up and meet Asa first though.
I feel like
I
we're talking too much about what's gonna happen. I mean,
Yeah,
that's
we're
actually a
still
good
avoiding
point.
what the fuck
But we should
happened in
talk
this.
about the chapter, no?
Yeah, what happened in this chapter? Let's talk. Okay, let's have a little fun times. The fucking Nayuta's memories of their of their daily life, because we had Denji,
It's
fucking
so bittersweet. You know what's gonna
despondent.
happen, but it's still, it hurts.
Ugh.
She remembers the moment so fondly.
Yeah, them talking. Her asking him, "Who am I?" Oh,
Oh,
God.
that hurts. That hurts.
Oh, because like here she was trying to find herself, right, by destroying him, and then she lives this life, and like, now
Happy.
she's happy, she's enjoying life with this random fucking dude, and now she's like, what does that mean for me though? Because now I'm not destroying this guy, so who am I? What does this mean?
And
And
when
he's
he
like,
says family, that's like,
oh, okay, let's talk about these two pages. These pages fucking
that destroys me.
ruined
And
my
Naruto calling
day.
him, he's my family, when he was being attacked and humiliated. That's so,
Oh God,
that's
yes.
killing
Oh,
me.
oh God, this fucking sequence ruined my whole week. Oh,
Fujimoto does know how to write family well.
he
Like
does.
unconventional family. I feel
Mm-hmm.
like
Yes.
they're, even though they're supposed to symbolize mother and like daughter, I think it's, I don't know, it's very sibling like.
I mean, I think the symbolism is there for that reading, but do think like they're like. I mean, if Denji's a mom, he's like not doing great. He's
Single mom who works too
yeah,
well.
his single parent, single mother or single father. His single parent performance is
He's trying his best, okay?
yeah, he's doing all right. If you think of him as like an older brother,
That would
like
make more
an
sense.
older sibling who has to take care of who their parents are gone, and now they have to take care of um
Yeah. Yeah,
their
I see that
younger
more
siblings.
actually.
That I think fits more with the plot of the characters. Symbolism wise, the like
Agree.
mother child, I mean, just fucking insane. Fujimoto goes
Yeah,
insane
yeah.
with the metaphors.
I feel like it's both like entrusting a child with parent-like responsibility
Hmm.
and them not doing so well. I think it's there's a meaning to it. I think.
Yes. Yeah, a lot. Definitely seeing a lot with Denji, also with Yoshida, to a degree with Asa and like her media status. We're seeing like society place burdens upon the youth that they're not necessarily ready for.
Chainsaw
And
Cult. Chainsaw Cult too.
Chainsaw Cult, yes. And
Absolutely.
yeah, right. We're the youth, and we have to save society because y'all motherfuckers are stupid. Like that kind of shit is all over part two. So I think it does dovetail in with that as well. Okay, all right. Speaking of changes, speaking of recontextualization, speaking of family, let's talk about
Denji's like child self just
Now
yeah.
coming.
we're
It's so
now we're in
cheesy
my
when she
business
saw her
now.
family.
Let's talk about this
That's
page.
crazy.
Ah, this yeah,
What I've
this is
been
the
waiting
page.
for, man. I've been saying
Ruin.
it. I've been saying it. The dad stuff's coming. People didn't believe me. They're like, oh, Denji's so wonky, Denji's so crazy, Denji's so wacky, and it's coming.
No, no. I'm
It's
sure
coming.
he's a really logical person inside. Like, I mean, he's really smart. He knows how to fight. He knows how to reach weaknesses, and I think, like, when I think back to his entrance to part two, when he let people die, I think that was out of necessity for just killing the devil. It's not like he could choose both, like, right?
Yes, right. He ignores the devil's false choice in that moment. I mean, this last page here, it brings up all sorts of questions about his character. Damn,
True.
from the beginning of the whole
When he's
series.
standing there in the rain and looking at his
Grave, yeah.
dad's grave.
From
I'm
the
ready, man. I want to see this. I want to see what he does with this concept because I feel like it's definitely connected to a lot of things from this particular arc, as well as the end of the last arc. Like Denji's definitely. I mean, I really feel like it's connected to like the conversations around Fumiko. I think it's
oh
connected to
yeah,
Oh
Yoshi,
yeah, about
with him,
Fumiko. Run away.
all of that. All of that. I think it's going to be connected to him, his father, and when we get that flashback, it's going to hit. It's going to hit like crack.
you think we're
That's
getting
all I
the?
know.
You think we're gonna get the full? We're gonna see what
Couple
Denji's
chapters.
life
We're
was
gonna see
like.
something. We're gonna see. Yeah, maybe like it'll probably cut to the end. Like the ending will be cut off. That'll set us up. That'll set us back to the beginning of the series.
Right,
But I think
right,
we are going to see his physical father and physical
yeah.
mother and understand what that situation was like.
Dude, that's gonna be
Um,
so.
that's kind of
I
what I'm looking for.
If it happens.
I'm feeling it. I think so. I think we've in a way, this was one of the things I really liked about this chapter is you didn't like this whole arc has been build. You can read it and you feel that it's like this build up of something, but it's been so like I feel like people have been frustrated because it was not clear what was being built up. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what is the point of this? Where are
I
we
think it's
going?
supposed to be that way. It's just this ominous feeling you know something's not right, but you can't put the finger on it.
Well, that's the
Fujimoto
thing. Is
does it so well.
yes, it was this. This is like what we were building towards, and in a way, this is kind of more establishment, but it's sort of like why are we focused on him and Nayuta's like daily life so much? What is the significance of this? Like, yeah, it's great for these characters, and we like the characters, so it's good. But what does this mean for the story? Why are we doing this? How is this
Oh,
relevant? Well, this is how. This is
because
how this is relevant because
Denji could
all of
never have a family.
yes, because it's all going like that fucking page right there drives this whole arc, like stakes it back into the entire structure of the whole series. Like
yeah. The
this
family concept.
It's
And
really crazy because it's like he's gone through the failure of his father, the failure of the mother, and now he's failing his sister in a way too.
yeah,
I mean,
Right?
you can't really blame him, but at the same time, who knows what the circumstances of his parents were? How
No, when I
obviously.
mean mother, I mean
Yeah.
Makima, for sure.
Right. That's what I mean. But like even Makima is sort of like you come to understand why she was doing all this shit. It was for, these like
Yeah.
insane crazy reasons. But you get sort of like, oh, the circumstances also mattered. I mean, Knight's whole character is kind of makes that point of that, yeah, the circumstances of the circumstances of abusers' childhood feed into the abuse that they dole out, and that's how the cycle works. So will we understand what was
Mm.
happening with Denji's family on that level? Like, will we see circumstances that caused,
His
this
father
is,
to
yeah,
become who he was.
yeah,
I
No.
think
will
I'd
this
really
be
love to
always
learn
asked?
what exactly caused Denji to embrace like self-destruction so much. I mean, it's both Makima and the life he has lived before.
Well, I think his father used to work for the Yakuza, right? Or he owed the Yakuza some money or
He owed
something
the
like
Yakuza
Yeah.
money. I mean,
that. That
I have
should
my
be
own
interesting.
crazy headcanon on this one, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it should be. It could be kind of interesting, right? Like we got Katana Man here. We've got a little bit of a flashback coming in. We've got some history that's
Mhm.
completely unresolved that ties into the system itself, right? Like, why do the Yakuza even exist in this world? Like, if you think about it for a second, right? Like, this, it's not
True.
like there's like a normal, like, you don't look at the normal government in the world, right? You have public safety, they basically run everything, and then you have devils. And then you have these random criminals who are
There are like
abducting people.
police, but
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like we have police, but they don't really like do anything. You know what I mean? Like they're
Yeah,
kind of just like
we're gonna
secondary to
arrest
like
the
the public
devil.
safety. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it would be interesting to see how, especially because like he still keeps like the real world Japanese rules of like no guns, right? Because that's like a plot point from part one, which is where
Yes.
Yeah.
like the devil makes a contract to give them guns, and that's like a thing that leads to everyone getting shot and assassinated and all that kind of stuff. And I think there's just a lot of interesting things where like the existence of the Yakuza in this world where devils exist is like really kind of interesting because like he doesn't do the same thing with like the Japanese government, right? Like we know the prime minister technically exists, but what does he actually do in the series? You know what I mean?
Well, okay, I will let you know about the Japanese government. That is kind of how it is. That is kind of uh the public perception of the Japanese government is sort of like, yeah, they're there.
I feel
Like
like there's a lot more
what
going
do
in the
they really
background,
do?
right?
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely big questions about like how all this stuff works. I don't know. I am interested. I do wonder what the relationship with the Yakuza is, but another thing is that like it's not. I don't call it real necessarily, but there is like a storytelling trope of like if someone desperately needs money, then they take out loans from the Yakuza because Yakuza will give anybody loans, except it comes at like, 30% interest or some insanely evil number, right?
If I think about it too much, I don't even want to know um who's like Denji's mother is. It's
Yeah.
probably not a very, how do I say this? A very good reason to be a mother. I feel like it's either a prostitute or like something
I
of that sort.
wonder. So
Maybe a
the,
hostess.
the only thing we know about Denji's mother is that she was very sick, right? She had
Mm.
like this this heart
Heart
disease
condition.
that she died of. But
Yeah.
like, so in my mind, I'm like, okay, so, mother's got this serious ass disease, right? This like serious heart condition. And that shit's expensive as hell to get any kind of treatment for. And
Hmm.
True.
if you're just poor people and you can't get like you don't have like uh access to nice hospitals or whatever. And I mean, Japan has public health insurance, but if it's like super rare shit, are they going to cover that? Maybe not. So then you're digging around for money. Maybe you have to take out some loans. Maybe you have to take out some shady loans. You know what I mean? And then, well, you've taken on all this debt and your wife is still fucking dying because, it's just what it is.
The treatment isn't working, right?
Yeah. So, and now you just become a fucking, you just start becoming an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Just run for
I'm
the
still
world.
wondering what
Monster.
exactly made Denji want to kill his dad.
That's why we got to get that flashback. We got to
I
know.
know.
Exactly.
How
I
We
gotta
gotta
exactly
get
know.
did it go down?
that.
Was it like a heat of the moment where like his dad was about to kill him, so he just fought back instinctually? Or was he like,
A
this
little
guy's gonna kill me?
premeditated.
I mean, was he like, this guy's gonna kill me if I don't do something? And then like one day his dad is like blackout drunk, and he just fucking, you know.
I mean, this chapter showed us
Maybe.
the most evil we've ever seen Dingy. Look at that face. Look at that
Yeah,
kid's face. That's a
yeah,
malevolent face.
He's
We've
mean
never
to
seen Dingy look
himself,
like that.
you
I don't think
know?
there's any other example of Dingy in the entire manga looking this nefarious. Like he looks like somebody who could have killed someone or something. He looks like he might kill cats. You know what I'm saying? He looks like somebody who is not having a good time and is going to take it out on whoever happens to cross his path
I
at
think
that moment.
it's
Dingy
very
doesn't.
Makima reminiscent.
Yeah, it looks like
It's
Nayuta. He
obviously
looks like
supposed
he
to be
looks like
Makima's,
he
you
looks
he
like a
know.
looks like
devil.
That's ironic.
he does look
I
like a devil.
know. Yeah, yeah, he's got the horseman devil look. That look of,
Now
you
that I
know.
think about it, maybe he thinks he doesn't deserve a family, not only because Makima told him that, but because he sees himself in his dad, and he doesn't like his dad because of
Yeah.
that. Maybe because he's been abusive, or maybe because of the things that happened to him.
I mean,
Mm.
I wonder if his dad looks like him. You know, I wonder if
He
he looks like
probably
him.
does.
Wouldn't that be kind of crazy?
Ooh,
I
yeah.
think
Can't wait for
Fujimoto
that stuff.
would be that crazy.
I mean,
That's my
normally
that's
people
my hope.
do to some degree, right? Uh,
I would
there.
say the dad flashback, and this also sort of ties to what we're talking about. But the also, I think we're gonna get a Makima flashback because there's so much we don't know about Makima's upbringing
I
that I
hope
think is
so.
gonna tie to Nayuta's future. I don't know
I
if it's gonna be like because
think.
obviously Nayuta doesn't necessarily remember it, but I think we're gonna get some version of the flashback where
What
I
I'm
Nayuta.
think.
curious about most is when was public safety founded,
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Indeed.
that's a good
right?
question.
I know Fujimoto doesn't like to be all that detailed with this, like
Well,
world building, but
he's been
maybe
being
you
more
could take
detailed.
lessons from Ryoko Kui.
True. He has been. He has been being more detailed in part two. There's been actual like
True.
he does it in his particular way. Like he rarely will. Mm, he always he's very like character centered. Like the storytelling always happens through characters. So I would guess with Makima we might not get like a flashback. Maybe with some like some of the hybrids, maybe with Brem we might get a flashback, but
Ooh.
Ooh, that'd be so
probably
good.
we will
Come on,
probably
man. You can't just drop that.
probably get at least
Yo.
Brad like talking about it, like
Mm.
going off, like explaining who
Well,
he is,
he should, man.
what happened
He
to
should
him.
give it to us. Quan Chi seems to know a lot about Makima.
Yeah,
I feel like Makima's flashback will like recontextualize. Like I feel like she had like a Homelander type of raising, right? Where she's like raised in a lab, kind of like Reze, right? It's like they
right.
both were sort of raised in these like really specific conditions, right? Like not like something a child should be in, but more of like a experiment, more of like a
All
Reminds me
right.
of those experiments, I think, in World War II or post World War II that the Japanese people did. It
mm.
was so like I've been reading a few. It's so fucking insane.
Yeah, I mean, all of the fascists in World War II were doing insane,
Just really fashions,
things.
especially the ones who thought they were, the chosen ones. But like, realistic. I mean, hey, there are certain fascists who are technically in the series. They just haven't shown up yet. We've been
Yeah.
forgotten by the world. They might end up getting puked up. We don't know what's gonna happen there.
Oh, I
Ooh,
wish not. Please not.
yeah.
Yeah, they're coming. He's doing
Yeah.
Okay.
something with them.
Do you
Yeah,
guys have any predictions for next chapter?
Yeah, let's get into that. I just want to say we end on an Ava reference. Nice little unknown ceilings, unfamiliar ceilings. Is that how it's translated now? I don't know. Unknown ceilings reference, Ava reference. Let's take that into mind as we talk about what the hell
Right.
is gonna happen. Whoo, not next Tuesday, but the Tuesday after. What the fuck is
Kishibe.
go? You think
Come on.
Kishibe?
He's got to
Kishibe
show
I
up,
walks
man.
think so too.
Nayuta
I
under
think
his arm, like, don't worry about it, kid.
I don't think
you think
Nayuta's
he'll
going
give
to
us
come
a
up with
Marvel good
that.
ending? I you wish.
Fuck no, there's no shot. I'm so scared. Fuck me. Help.
I mean, this might be
Exactly.
like the Aki scene, right? Where Aki wakes up in the hospital and he has like that emotional breakdown. He might pay back with that. You know,
Oh,
Oh, fuck,
I don't
you
dude.
think I
know,
can
it
take
might.
any more Aki references. Thank you. I don't
Oh,
think I can take any more.
I feel
let's.
like if Kishibe and Quanti just show up to the hospital and give him little
Dude,
breakdown,
that'd be so. I need them. They're the dream team.
that'd be
Right,
so
yeah,
Please.
The only thing
please.
I will accept if he does a POV switch and it's not Euro, the only thing I will accept is whatever the hell Kobini is doing, working in some random store, and she's just like seeing all this crap go down on the TV, and she's like, "I'm not never going back there." And Kishibe
Okay,
just pulls up and is like, "I need you, kid."
let me posit a horrible but sensible scenario. I'm gonna say something absolutely fucking. It's gonna piss everybody off.
It's
Okay,
gonna piss us off.
yeah, it's gonna piss you guys off. Migraine might roll with it. Um, there's a very real possibility that Fumiko is the one who picked him up, right?
Mm.
Okay. I don't trust her. Her
I
ass
feel like
left. She'd never do that. She'd never do that.
She left because shit was going down, but if
She
one
left
guy
because she doesn't care.
carry, yeah, but she's still doing public
it's her
safety.
job.
Her job was to
I mean,
protect
where's
babies.
your
You
your
expect
school job?
someone like her to do her job?
Uh
Mm.
if it's easy, you know, picking up
Is
an
it easy?
unconscious, picking up an
Running away
un,
with an unconscious guy is not that hard. I think she could pull it
yeah,
off. She might
yeah.
be up for it, maybe.
I mean, if
It's
she
pretty
really needed help, she could call somebody up, right? But like,
yeah.
she was there in the scenario. She, she's clearly like this antagonistic character, but she does, like, for her own twisted reasons, want
She's
to.
older than Yoshida, right?
Yes, she wants to
Yes,
keep
she does
Denji
too.
alive. Uh, you know, she kind of ran off in the same direction. Yeah.
Hey, there
I
could
feel
be a
like
possibility, but I don't really see
I
the
feel like
point.
I feel like Fujimoto's not going to make her useful anytime soon, to be honest, because he had plenty of opportunities to do that. So it's probably just going to be she'll just be like, if Kishibe's there, she'll just be like in the corner of the room or like waiting outside the room.
But let me put it to you this way. Imagine Fumiko walks in and starts talking about Nayuta died. That would be that's
Oh yeah,
kind
she
of
would be the one to say that.
Okay, so we're
kind
all
of
thinking
interesting.
some appearance, someone
That's
walking into the room, right?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
if it's nothing of that sort? What if just Denji thinking about what
ooh,
his self
a,
said?
a
Or Nayuta?
full introspection chapter. We don't even move the time forward at all. It's just fucking
Yeah.
deep psychology. I don't think so.
I don't think
No,
so
I don't
either,
think
but I
so.
mean,
It
it's
could be.
very. It could be a
It could be.
possibility.
Fujimoto would just be like, all right, we're just gonna go to the next thing.
Some people
I
I feel
are
like
mean,
he's
saying
done so much
that
work, though.
maybe he'll wake up without his starter.
ooh,
Some people are
yeah.
saying that
Wake up
I,
without a who?
I don't know if that's
without his starter.
I don't know if that's possible,
Oh, the
but
Chainsaw Man starter? I think
Yep.
he's Chainsaw Man now. I think he's Chainsaw Man.
yeah, I
You know what
think
would be even crazier is if Fake Salt Man shows up. Man, there's so many characters. Like, where the hell are these?
okay.
Maybe.
That was one that I was thinking about. That was my
Wouldn't it
initial.
be crazy though?
Oh.
Yeah, that a
If
fake
Jigsaw
saw
Man
man.
showed up, it would be so like nasty.
He saved him before. Saved him from falling devil.
We
You
don't know
know,
what hospital he's in. Technically speaking, he
True.
could be in a Chainsaw Man church hospital.
yes, could be in the church hospital. I actually I don't. Okay, I've started to have a crazy, insane theory.
Yeah.
I wonder if Fake Saw is in like a third faction. If there's like
Mm,
because the two factions we have, public safety and the church, they're like trash, right? And like, yeah, it's okay if they're both trash, but they're both like really trash. You know what I mean? Like, there's like, if
useless.
Denji joined public safety now, like, is there any hype for that? Like, is that interesting at all? It's like these guys suck, man. Like, fuck these guys. Why
It
are you
used to be
helping
cool
them? You
too.
know?
Like part one, public
Yeah.
safety had style, had the Reservoir
Yes,
Dogs vibes. Now
yes.
they're just like a bunch of bumps.
Yeah, they're not cool at all. They get washed. They don't do shit. They've got fucking molesters in there again. You know, classic. But like, they're really
Actually,
fucking
I just remembered we don't see family at all
yeah.
throughout the whole arc.
Huh? Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Except that one
Uh-huh.
chapter with Asa, but then
Fami keeping her
nothing,
head
not
down.
deep.
She was
We
nothing
we
with the fire
we have
devil. She was
we have
nothing.
the church. We have the church public safety conflict, and it like comes and goes. So to me, it's like there's got to be something, some other thing going on. Like there's got to be some other, you know,
Yeah.
with like in Ava, you've got Nerve who do all the robot shit, but then there's like Seal, right? They're like the real fucking freaks on the scene, and it's like, so who's the
Mm-hmm.
real underbelly here? Like, is that where we are now? Are we gonna unlock the third?
Isn't
The
it the Death Devil though?
Yeah.
uh
Whatever Baron was talking about.
yeah,
The
but
I mean,
yes.
I know it's like the ultimate villain of the story, but what if like death is present in all life, right? So it's
mhm,
supposed to have like some sort of control over most organizations or people or like living things, right? She's supposed to be
interesting.
like somehow intertwined in everything.
I could see it. So like the Death Devil is has a like supportive faction in this, right? Because obviously the Death Devil is gonna like when the Death Devil appears on Earth, that's the apocalypse. But like somehow manipulating things through devil mechanisms from hell, right? Like doing some shit. Maybe that's where we are now. Maybe that's
I
what
think it
Fuji
could be a self-fulfilling
did.
prophecy because everyone is trying to prevent it. It's gonna happen. Maybe that's the kind of
Ah,
thing.
interesting, interesting.
I mean, I don't think war is any fun for humans, or is it gonna
No.
help in any way? I feel like that's just
Uh,
making things a lot worse. No, when
so
you
like
think about it globally.
Fami's plan is actually accelerating the apocalypse. Well, I want like again, we gotta get back to Fami. Maybe this is like maybe we're in Fami town. Fami's gonna show up and be like, Chainsaw Man, we gotta do it, you know. Team up with me to stop the apocalypse. Da 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 da. It's possible. I could see it. I could see it. I'm just that's my other thought is like some other group is here at play and
Yeah, that makes sense too.
we're gonna open it up
Like
from
I
there.
obviously
definitely think
Chainsaw Man,
Fujimono.
the fake Chainsaw Man. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think Fujimono's put himself in a weird position with the way he's constructed the world of part two. Because part one was like such a simpler story. It was like Denji goes and works for these people, and they hunt down monsters, and then that's like the plot, right? It's like you
Right.
go over here and there's a hotel, and now we
I
got to
think
kill the monster. Whereas with part
Even
two,
with
he
Fire Punch,
wants
it wasn't that complicated. Like
Yeah.
yeah,
when you think about the
with part two,
setting,
he
it's
wants to
very
do
clear
he
how
wanted
it's
to do the
supposed to
school arc
be.
or whatnot, right? So like with the school arc, it's a cool concept, but he doesn't really do anything with the school, right? Like
Right.
he's like, oh, we're gonna do a school arc, and then he doesn't do anything at all with the concept of school. Like
Maybe.
I really like the
apparently,
start of
Okay.
part two because it's like school centered, but now it's
yeah.
like everything centered. I don't even know.
Now, if you
I
want
Well,
to
he
really
hear,
said
miss
that he
like
wanted to
the
do.
little Devil Hunter club they had with Haruka
Oh
and the
yeah.
losers.
okay, if you want
Well,
to
that
hear,
kind of fell apart when my goat Yoru died. When my Dota Yuki died.
you
Yuko.
go. Oh my
Oh my
So that
god,
really kind of.
really?
jump! Jump! You're getting jumped for that one. Yuko fans are coming in hot.
Oh, they're coming. Oh, the Yuko believers, and we have some fans who believe that she's
Yuko
alive.
believer right here. Yuko is alive.
I don't
Okay,
know. I don't
I'm
think
a, I'm
she's
a, I'm
really
a,
alive.
I'm on the record for being a big Yuko believer. I
Hmm.
fully supported and really like that character a lot, and I think that if that character is really gone, that's a loss for Chainsaw Man Part Two, in my opinion.
True.
I
Um,
agree.
if they come back
I
somehow,
agree.
I'm not gonna be too mad about it.
I
I
feel the
well,
same way. Even though I think she served her purpose, I think there's a lot still we don't know, especially about her death. Like all
I
of
know,
it.
I know.
Ugh, the bird
Okay, let
symbolism throughout all of the part two. It's driving me crazy.
me cook something crazy here because you guys were talking
Yeah.
about school. This is the school life,
Mm.
but we haven't had any school yet. Let me cook something wild, crazy. Okay, what if we have after all of this, uh, a a like X-Men scenario. So we've got this fake Saw guy. We've got Yuko. We've got Reze, who's on the loose, unknown. All of these are like devil humans. Kids, teens who've been turned into monsters, given crazy powers, and now they're like devil humans, right?
I think that could make sense, but what would their purpose be? Like,
What
what
would
do they want?
we don't know. You know what I mean? What is this third faction? Why does
Well,
it exist? How does it come to be? What is going on? Maybe we've got a devil human school scenario going on off the grid, hidden away. You know this um this other place that has been developing that comes in with the idea of not war between devils and humans, but like life uh, between devils and humans living together in a place. Maybe, maybe we can have a little bit of that, a little bit, a taste of something outside of the conflict that we have set up ready to go. You know what I mean? And then, you know what I mean? We could
wouldn't
have
that be adding way too much, though? We already have a
maybe,
conflict.
maybe, but the conflict is done, right? That's the weird thing about it. Is like the church, like the church is done as an organization. You know,
Well, yeah.
they're like they're monster people. Like everybody fucking hates their guts. Like no one fucks with the church anymore. And all their supporters are like crazy chainsaw monsters now, right? So it doesn't. They're cooked. So you know, again, that's why I'm like thinking about what is this? What is this third thing? What could it be? You know, how many people had already been transformed by the fire devil at this
And
point?
how many will suffer?
Hmm.
I feel like with the Chainsaw Man Church, Fujimoto is kind of in an awkward position, but I feel like he wanted to get this part of the story done, and then he'll
Right.
circle back to like because he still hasn't touched on like Fake Salt,
Yeah.
who like runs the church, right? So like he wasn't even like Katana Man showed up to the church and like killed some like old guy, but like Fake Saw Man wasn't there. He didn't get any smoke with Fake Saw Man. And that would be a great fight, by the way. A great introductory fight for Fake Saw Man is to have him fight Katana Man, because it's like on his level, but maybe he can get that W or whatever. But like realistically speaking, I feel like he's gonna come back. It's the same thing with like the Asa, right? When Asa was becoming popular, he kind of skips it, but I think he's gonna do something with that in the future and explore that a
Mhm.
little bit better.
I really
Along with
hope he does because it's a disappointment to have something so interesting to be like completely missed. There's so
yeah,
much to do with that concept, especially because Asta craves validation so much.
hmm
Seeing
Yeah,
how she reacts to fame and how she handles it would be
I
really interesting.
I think we could have some circle back around to that. Now that the chaos has broken out, I do wonder, maybe the church can bounce back and deflect a little bit, be like, whoa,
as churches
yeah,
do.
yeah, oh
Take
shit,
some
these monsters
inspiration
they
from real
popped up.
life.
We had no idea that da 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 da. Oh, we've been influenced by the da 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 da. Now the devils are gone. We hate those devils too, guys. Like that, we're gonna
What they
get them.
really need to do is convert a couple popular people to their religion, and if they can do
Hmm.
that, a couple
Yep.
celebrities, then they'll be
Yeah.
able to change public opinion. Tom Cruise or
Scientology
two,
strategy. Yeah.
you know what I mean?
That's classic Scientology moves.
That
Before,
reminds me of something. Since Fujimoto loves his Spider-Man references so much, maybe we'll get a public number one enemy from the news about
oh
Chainsaw Man.
yeah, yeah. I wonder if we can get just probably not a major character, but just like a one-time guy in the newsroom who fucking hates Chainsaw Man. That
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
I was waiting for
reference.
Yeah.
I was waiting for the Venom arc between Fake Saw Man doing evil things and then Denji getting blamed for those things, but it never came. But he's gonna do something with it.
Yeah. Uh well, okay, that's
I
kind
feel
of
like we're already past the point of having a Venom, kind of, because
mm,
Well,
Denji's
Fake Saw Man
struggling
hasn't done
with his
anything.
own morality already. So I don't
yeah.
think that would be necessary.
Well, also
Well,
like
it's one of those
we
situations where, like, if Denji is Chainsaw Man again and Fake Saw Man is Chainsaw Man, who is the real Chainsaw Man? You know what I'm saying?
well,
So, like,
Mm,
that,
I
kind of
feel
I
like
in
don't
that
think
that'd be
that
a
Fake
debate
Saw Man
for
can allow
your
it.
room if she's
we're already
gonna
kind of
use
in
a
that
fake Chainsaw
scenario
Man.
though. Like
Yeah, I
we're
don't
already
think Fake Soul Man's gonna allow it because he was talking about like Adam and Eve and rebirthing the world, and then now there's Dingy just running around being dingy, and he's gonna be like, dude, like you don't have any vision, you don't have any like worldly ambition, you're just some guy who happened to be Chainsaw Man. I think he's gonna, I think what's his name, guys? Saiga, something like that.
I
I think he's
say
gonna have some, he's gonna
I
have
don't
some plans.
know. I feel like personally, when I read Chainsaw Man, I feel like this chapter that we have is like a point of no return. It's
right.
really major and something that's already been discussed won't be discussed twice. It's gonna be just rolling and rolling and developing even more.
I
That's what I
wonder.
feel is gonna happen. I mean, it's
Yeah.
probably gonna be different, but like what I think personally, like it'd be cool to see how Denji does like parallel with Spider-Man in that way, but I don't think it's necessary.
Also, in terms of the Venom scenario, we are already there, where Denji is being associated with things that he didn't do because of all
Oh
of the
yeah,
fake chainsaw monster. We have the chainsaw monster snare. We got like a 10 bajillion, 10 grillion uh chainsaw mans, right? And obviously they're not
hmm
all like the original Chainsaw Man. Like people know these are not the original Chainsaw Man, but now if Denji turns into Chainsaw Man, people aren't gonna be like, "Oh, that's Chainsaw Man." They're gonna be like, "Oh, he's a fucking monster guy." He's just another one of these. So like we already have the thing where his identity has been robbed in a way, but it's not in the Venom
yeah,
way of an imposter. It's in the like massive way of like
public perception
you know,
way.
Chainsaw Man is nothing special, you know. Tons of people are Chainsaw Man now, and they suck, and we hate them.
Mm-hmm.
So, speaking of where the story is going to go from here, let's do what we do on chapter discussions. We're not going to talk about what happens in the next chapter. I want you to predict. All you got to predict is one page. What is there on page 1 of
The
chapter
first page?
156? Yes. What are we looking at? What's going on? What is
I
the first
think my
page of
brain should go
156?
first. I have to brew my idea for a bit.
I, I,
First page is going to be a public safety officer in a completely different location talking about the events of the previous chapter, and then Kishibe will be introduced.
yes. And he's holding Nayuta on his shoulders.
He's not holding Nayuta. There's no Nayuta on the page. He's going to
No!
say something like, and we don't know what happened to the control devil, or something like that.
Fuck. Fuck that. No help.
It's probably
Okay.
going to be that bald guy, too, by the way. The bald guy who
The
tried to
bald
shoot.
guy. The bald loser. Yeah, of
He's been in
course.
like 2 chapters so far. He's been in the Caterpillar Devil chapter where he introduced it, where he reveals the Justice Devil, and then he's been in the chapter where he shot Quan Chi. It's kind of like where, like in like One Piece, he'll do like random chapters where it's just like Marines talking about like the bounty system or something like that. That's what I'm
Sure,
thinking.
yeah. We're gonna get a little
Public
yap.
safety talking about
Oh, yeah.
how badly they fucked everything up, and Yoshida and Quan Chi, and then Kishibe will be revealed.
Oh yes, we get some. That would be
Quan Chi
cool.
Yoshida team up? Ooh.
That's happening. That's her new sidekick because he needs a little bit of training. Clearly, he got completely,
Do
completely.
you know how Quan Chi trains? Her
Hopefully,
subordinates?
hopefully she goes hard.
Oh,
He's
she
in
goes
the background.
horrible on men. She literally punishes them by making them run laps like maybe 20 times.
That's what Yoshida needs. I need to see that.
Goshida can handle it, man.
We need to
Goshida.
see Yoshida in gym clothes running, and he's just gasping for breath.
Goshida
Why do I hate him so much?
I
did
don't
not.
hate him. I just think that he's an interesting character when he's pushed out of his comfort zone.
I agree.
True.
All right, it's your
I
turn.
think the first page of the next chapter might be scenery, actually. Or
Mm.
maybe a page cover for the first time in a while. Maybe
Cover
not colored.
page.
Maybe not colored. Not colored. Because I
I
think
don't think so.
after such an arc, it's deserved to have at least some kind of cover.
Yes,
Or
I.
it's gonna be Denji waking up like from a nightmare.
Mm.
Something of the sort. Continuation of the last chapter.
Yeah. Him. Just processing. I think if realistically, I think we're getting the very first page is gonna be Denji sitting there. Cover page, man, I really want a cover page, but I don't know if we're ever gonna get one. At least not. Well, he's got fucking 2 movies in production
True.
right now. We didn't even talk about
That's
that.
not possible to do in a week.
Yeah, but I think I'm honestly, as much as it pains me to say, I think Fumiko's walking in the fucking door, man. This shit's he's gonna Fujimoto's not done fucking with us. Ugh, this
Very
guy,
funny.
yeah, it would be so funny if Fumiko walked in. Haha, I'm laughing, but also
Mm-mm.
kind of. It would be torture, but damn, it would be kind of good. It would actually be kind of good.
Fujimoto,
That's
if
why
you're
I'm
watching
thinking.
this, please don't do that. We don't want
Please
it.
don't do it. It's already done at this point.
Is
He's
it?
you're like you're so good.
Is there any hope for us?
Is
There
there
any hope
any?
for us?
Will we ever be free? Not until this part 2 is over. Well, we will find out what is on page 1 of 156. Not too long here, just a little over a week until the next chapter comes in on February 27th. The Valentine's Day chapter, damn, it was not
It
really like
wasn't very lovely.
but it was gas. It was really good. It was an insanely good chapter. This was a very good discussion. I really enjoyed discussing this with both of you today. Thank you for coming on.
The
Thank you for
feeling is
everyone.
mutual.
Yeah, it was very fun. I always love talking about this. What a crazy chapter. There was still so much more to go through with this one. I mean, this one's just you could go for days and days on this chapter, a really critical chapter. I'm sure we'll continue to come back to this one as our discussions continue going forward. We will be doing some kind of general discussion next week. I don't know. I haven't figured it out yet what it's going to be talking about, but we will be back with that. Look forward to that. Thank you, everyone who listened. Thank you again, both my guests. Like, subscribe, comment, tell us how dumb we are. Our theories make no sense. Get that in there. We will read it and then we will delete it. Thank you. All right, this was the Public Safety Special broadcast. We will see you all again next time.
See you later.